I know you guys are busy during the holidays and you have a lot of obligation with your family and also friends. But if you can find it in your heart to donate $5 to me and helping me get back on my feet, my daughter and I have I try to keep my emotions. I cry alone. I cry a lot at night. I pray a lot at night. But I try to keep things from my daughter and letting her know, like giving her comfort that everything is going to be okay. I've been working so hard day and night trying to apply for jobs. It has gotten to the point where Texas, I can't even, it seems like I can't really get a job in Texas. So I've decided to take interviews in other states. And I've gotten some interviews in, and we're just getting evicted. It's right before the holidays and our Thanksgiving. I don't like to bring up stuff, but you know why everybody was out celebrating. Only thing we had was I had to boil water and put it in the icebox to drink, for us to drink. We had no food.
So here's the first thing that I want to say, right, about this. And disregard me if I may be a little bit extreme and I may not feel sympathy for some of the things that everyone else feels sympathy for. And here's what I mean, right? Like you had to boil water and I guess chill it so that you had drinking water. Don't know if I believe that, but even if that is what you had to do, I think what we really forget is that, like, in today's modern time, do y'all know that, like, we live like kings, if you really think about it? Like, even kings of before modern days, which is today, couldn't just get food delivered at any time, any type of cuisine. They couldn't just hop on a plane and be on the other side of the world. You didn't have nonstop entertainment the way that we do, cinema. I mean, they literally had to designate somebody to be a jester and just do all type of goofy stuff in front of them just to get some form of entertainment. Otherwise, they would just be in silence. Like, I think we forget, like, with these modern conveniences and all the things that we have, we all really live like kings today. Kings don't, as well as we have resources that can absolutely change our lives. Now, lastly, and if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It helps more than you know, and it only takes a millisecond. But lastly, before we get back into it, she says she applied for every job in Texas pretty much, and now she's applying for other jobs out of the state. So she's open to moving with this child. Don't know if the child's father lives wherever she is. We'll address that in a second or after we get back into the clip. But what that tells me is she probably has a more cushy job, right? Maybe a corporate job or something of that nature. And what that could indicate is that, like, she's trying, right now she's in a situation, a desperate situation, according to her. But she's applying selectively to only certain jobs, possibly cushy white collar jobs. And if your situation is as desperate as you just stated, then you need to be willing to take any job right now. And then you can continue to apply while you are at least bringing in some form of income right now. So that means, shoot, if you have to go work on the construction yard, you need to be willing to do that. If you have to go be the cashier at 7-Eleven, you need to be willing to do that. And see, when you're willing to do any job that's going to bring in some money, because you're saying that Shoot, even any money will help. If you're willing to do any job, then what happens is you don't have that outlook anymore that there's no jobs available. What'll happen is you're open to all the possibilities now, and there's so many jobs available. But when you're trying to stay within your specific niche of whatever it is that you want to do, but yet you're in a desperate situation and you didn't have money saved, you conceived apparently when you weren't in a good place with another human being where you all can rear the child together, as well as conceived, and apparently you weren't in a stable financial place to where you can lose your job and you still should have some type of emergency fund that can make this process of maneuvering to the next job a little bit more smoother. That's on you. And so now you're going to have to be willing to work any job you can get, in my opinion. But let's get back into the clip. Like the video, please.
I had nothing to eat. I think I had a can of beans. And I just made that for me and my daughter. I know a lot of people think that they see you and they feel like you're not going through anything, but if you can donate anything, I do not want to be put out. I have nowhere to go. I have an animal we have to take care of. I have no vehicle.
You have a what? You have an animal. See,
If you guys can help me get back on my feet, I'm not worried about Christmas presents or anything like that. I'm just worried about being put out in the cold and have nowhere to go. Like, nowhere to go. Like, all of my stuff, all the things, all my personal things inside. Please, if you can help, anything will help. Anything. We have no food. We have like a few bottles of water left. If you can donate $5, just $5, anybody, just donate $5 so I won't be evicted. I already got my paperwork. The sheriff came by the other day. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Here's my paperwork. I've been served December 30th. So if you can help me with anything, $5, $1, something. I don't want to get put out. I don't even know. I've never been through this. I've never been through this, and I don't know how it works. So if you can help me, if you don't believe me, my name is here right at the top. I'm not gonna put all my name at the top, but I've been working hard trying to make money any way I possibly can. And it's been kind of unsuccessful for me. So if you can help me, anything, if this is what I'm.
You've been working to make money any way you can. I'm going to keep this short and sweet so we can get into the next clip because we're running a little bit behind. But here's what I'll say. For one, I'm just curious, like, well, here's what I'll address first. We have a special type of like privilege that we give to people who were maybe grew up in certain situations or have lived majority of their life in certain privileged situations to where they've never had to struggle. And there's like a cognitive dissonance between that person versus just the dusty person who might have grew up in poverty, right? We give a special certain type of privilege to people who have never been in poverty to where we feel bad for them. But somebody who's used to poverty, we just look at it like, oh, that's where you've always been. Like, it's nothing. Like, we'll just look right past you, right? Somebody who's homeless and looks homeless and been homeless, we just walk right past them. We don't feel any sympathy. But if we could tell somebody wasn't homeless, but all of a sudden they ended up homeless, then all of a sudden we have a different level of sympathy. Let me tell you something. If you make bad decisions in life, if you don't prioritize effectively and properly, you can end up homeless. So that's first. This last point, I'll keep it short and sweet. My last thing, I just really want to ask, like, before the 2020s, 2019, 2018, 2017, and all these online processors were available, before all these on social media platforms were available, where you can just go online and ask for money, what was people doing then? Because this just seems too convenient to just be able to come online and just ask for money to complete strangers. It seems really easy. And see, she's being vague every time she mentions she's doing everything. She's applying from day to night. She's doing everything in her power to look for jobs, but she's not being specific. If you're going to last resort come online and start asking strangers to donate money to you, I would expect you to like have everything outlined of all the things you've been doing in order to try to get to work or come up with money, and then allow us to understand if you're really trying everything in your power, and then we can donate. But just vaguely just saying, yeah, I'm doing everything in my power, which that can absolutely be subjective depending on who you're talking to. So that's why I feel like you should be more specific, and you should have to, or it should be something in you that like actually wants to be as transparent as possible, because you're asking people to open up their pockets for their hard-earned money and donate to you. Just my 2 cents. But I wish her the best, and I hope she's able to get out of that situation.
Everybody could just stay for 1 minute. I am a single 26-year-old mom with 4 kids, and I am not trying to lose my place. I have literally until tomorrow to come up with the money, and let's hope and pray that
She said a single mother with 4 kids.
God comes through. A lot of people keep on asking me for an update on my rent, and I just want to tell y'all I have $2,000 saved up. That's including the money that y'all sent and the money that I already had onto the side to be able to put with my rent. I have till tonight to get $2,500, or else me and my kids will have to leave before 7 in the morning tomorrow. Now let's
look out for that. When you listen to these scams, you have to really pay attention. She has until tonight to get this money. There's always some level of urgency in order to get you to donate rapidly. Because why did you wait this long? Is my question. Well, right? Is that even fair to the people you're asking money from? To not even give them a little bit of notice? Maybe they would have had. See, they're responsible. Anybody who's got some discretionary income and is responsible to send you some money, they like to plan and budget around what comes out of their wallet. So why didn't you at least give people some budgetary time? Well, it's because she may be leveraging urgency in order to get you to donate quickly so that she can get that money as fast as possible, which may be an indication that this is a scam.
hope and pray that God makes a way, because honestly, I done did everything that I could do. I do not have a car to be able to go anywhere to get any type of help or resources. I've just been trying to figure it out in the house and trying to use what I can to be able to keep this house for me and my kids. I'm literally trying to do what I can to be able to keep this house for me and my children because it is the wintertime and it's super cold outside. Now I just prayed and asked that the Lord just pushes this video out and let it reach the right audience. To anybody that do want to help me, honestly, y'all probably not gonna be able to donate to the GoFundMe because I will not get that money until like the weekend, and I would really need it like now. I do not have Cash App, but I do have PayPal and I have Chime, just in case anybody would like to, help out. If not, this is the update that you guys been waiting for. I'm still in the house, but I have literally until tomorrow at 7 o'clock to come up with the money and to go to the office to pay it. So let's hope and pray that the Lord makes a way, because
I think she's scamming. My 2 cents, my opinion. Because funny enough, too, what she say? Don't do the GoFundMe. She's raising funds, like a fundraiser, for herself, which seems like, a desperate situation. But don't use GoFundMe. Use the Cash App. Let's look here and let's see real quick. Like, what is the difference between GoFundMe and the Cash App and all that type of stuff? Let me see, because I'm curious about that. And then we'll wrap this up. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. I know we're going a little bit over. So, okay, Cash App, money sent via Cash App hits the recipient's balance instantly. A scammer can instant deposit that money into their bank account or spend it using a cash card within seconds. GoFundMe, funds are usually held for a review period. It can take even days or weeks for a fundraiser to actually receive the cash, giving GoFundMe time to flag suspicious activity and freeze the funds. Cash App transactions are treated like physical cash. GoFundMe, they have a GoFundMe giving guarantee. So if a fundraiser is proven to be a scam, the platform will often refund the donors. As well as, it is incredibly easy to create a burned or disposable account using Cash App. However, with GoFundMe, they require much more rigorous identity verification, including social security numbers, tax info, links verified to bank account, which will create a paper trail. Okay, so even if you do it does come back that you scam, you'll have that paper trail on GoFundMe, so it'll be easier to hold you accountable for that in the eyes of the law as well. So just something to look out for. Why people may be saying that. I have Cash App link below if you want to buy me an iced coffee, but that's not a donation. I don't have some cause coming up. That's just if you want to just, if you just like me, But let's leave it there. Y'all, if you can do me a favor, like the video again. Also, YouTube has a new feature called Hype. And what Hype does is it basically helps smaller content creators and it pushes us out to the capacity that it pushes the larger content creators. So if you could do that, that would be a tremendous help as well. And then the Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. Until then, I'll catch you in the next video.